All right. Well, I just have to make this quick periscope to call out Michael Avenatti and his absolute bozo friends at this lame radio show in Las Vegas called The Vegas Take. I think it's necessary. I think it's worthy. And I'm not going to spend a lot of time on it because these are a couple of losers. And, don't convince yourself otherwise. Michael Avenatti is a grade A loser. I mean, let's remember something about Michael Avenatti. He left his wife and his child, who was 4 years old, and he dated a 23-year-old who he met at a restaurant in West Hollywood. And according to this 23-year-old, Morelli Minuti, he has serious trouble performing in the bedroom. That's in the Daily Mail. Those aren't my words. That's in the Daily Mail, a very trustworthy outlet when it comes to covering Michael Avenatti. So, he leaves his wife, he leaves his child. He doesn't even pay his child's health insurance, which isn't terribly expensive, a couple $100s a month. Meanwhile, he's buying private jets with money he's stolen from his client. He's, going in on private jet deals with other, bozos. I can call them that. These people aren't the greatest people. And now he's taken to this radio show, and he's sending around a bunch of fake emails, pretending to be me, and pretending to be himself, in fact, to gin up attention. Because the book of Michael Avenatti is closing. That chapter is closing. And here's what must really piss off Michael Avenatti. And, this is the case. This is true. He can say whatever he wants. I was well known. I was on the political scene before Michael Avenatti, and I will be well known and on the political scene long after Michael Avenatti. In January and February of 2016, I was on the Dr. Drew show. I was on CNN. I was a regular guest on CNN supporting President Trump. I was on CNN with Don Lemon supporting President Trump. I was known as the millennial/Gen Z Trump supporter before it was trendy. I'm talking early 2016 when everybody thought it was a joke. You can go look up the clips. They're online. So I was well known long before Michael Avenatti. I was all over the news, local news, Bloomberg, you name it, everywhere. And I will be around long after Michael Avenatti. And this makes him very angry because he thinks of himself as a high-performing guy. But the reality is that he's a third-rate lawyer, a third-rate litigator. And because he is third-rate, he has had to steal from his clients to perpetuate a, I guess, lavish lifestyle. I don't know. I mean, how lavish is leasing a Ferrari and getting evicted from a house in Newport Beach? I mean, I don't know how lavish that is necessarily. I live in Newport Beach. I've driven very nice cars. I don't know how lavish that is, but I guess if that's what it takes and you're a real short, not great-looking guy, I guess that's what it takes. So I just have to call out these, fraudulent losers on this radio show. I don't even know their names. Who keep sending around emails pretending to be me, who keep, saying that Jacob Wohl cares about their lame radio show, because I don't. And their radio show is lame. Absolutely nobody cares. And Avenatti can keep going on there and saying that, he's going to be proven right, and there were sealed indictments against Donald Trump Jr. He's full of it. He's absolutely full of crap. And I'll tell you what. I'm going to be at Michael Avenatti's sentencing hearing, and my prediction is that he'll be sentenced to 10 to 12 years because he's not taking a plea deal. He's going to trial because his ego is too big. And that'll be that. He'll be sent to, as ironic as this is, probably Minnesota, minimum security facility. maybe upstate New York if he's lucky. He'll get very good at tennis at Club Fed. And that'll be that. That will be that. So you can keep, pretending that some loser radio show that's filmed in some basement in Las Vegas is going to stop me. But at the end of the day, much like Ali Alexander says often, I don't have enemies. I mean, really think of it. Who are my enemies? Avenatti, William Legate, the Krasenstein brothers. Okay? Those are my enemies. A bunch of forgotten nobodies with no real capability, with no real skill, with nothing really to offer. Meanwhile, I am blowing holes in the side of the USS Kamala Harris so big that you could drive a semi-truck through them. So let's keep talking about Michael Avenatti and, oh my God, the Vegas Take, their lame radio show. It's a big nothing. No one cares. Nobody's interested. And that's really that. But before I go, I'm happy to take any questions that you guys have. A quick Ask Me Anything. I'd be glad to this afternoon. If you have any questions, you just fire them in the chat there and I will answer them. Also, make sure to click the 3 dots and subscribe. Or follow, whatever they call it on here. That way you get the notifications. By the way, my Twitter feed is still active. It's just moved over to Telegram. t.me/Jacob A. Wohl is the link. And I have to thank the great Faith Goldie for encouraging me to sign up for Telegram. I do have to thank him. Or her, rather. All right. Well, with that said, we're going to go ahead and bail here. And thanks.